See, some of you have missed out way too long because you sat back and you've refused to give God control of your life. You're trying to analyze every move that God makes, and you're trying to force it to fit your limited understanding of how life should work. Quit trying to make sense of God. It won't work. Instead, trust Him, obey Him, and experience the victory.
You pray and plead for God to reveal His plan. God, what do you want to do with me? What do you want to do with my life? But when He opens the door for step one, you're frustrated and don't take it. You're only willing to obey if God reveals the entire plan. You short circuit the plan of God because you're only willing to obey if it makes sense, if it doesn't last too long, and if you can see the final outcome. What do you do when God's instructions don't seem to make sense? How do you handle it when life gives you a left turn that was unexpected? Trust and obey. Just trust and obey. You get to the point where you don't mind so much that you don't know exactly where you're going because you're confident that wherever He leads you is going to be more amazing than anywhere you could have ever gotten by yourself.
Isaiah 55:9, God puts it very simply for us. He says, as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. See, it doesn't have to make sense to you. God's ways are much higher than yours. God's thoughts are so much higher than yours. See, you see the moment, but God sees eternity. You see no hope whatsoever, and God sees the victory that is on the horizon right now. So what does God say when you say, God, this doesn't make sense? God says, I am God.
That God knows best, and I don't. And it's really that simple. But it takes humility to come to terms with that sort of a conclusion. Say, God, I don't know. I don't know what you're up to, but I submit. You know, you've revealed certain things to me, and what you've revealed, I thank you for. But I don't even begin to believe that I have the whole story, because I don't think I could comprehend the whole story. But what I know, and what I know about your character, leads me to believe that I can trust you and I can surrender. The point is, He wants us to trust Him. He wants us to trust in His character. You know? Because when you know someone's character, it puts you at ease about the things you don't know about what they may be doing or not doing in your life. You know, if I know somebody really well and I would trust them with my life, and something happened that kind of seemed a little bit off or a little weird, I would say, well, I don't really know what they're up to, but I know them. I know they're trustworthy, and he or she is a godly person, and so, you know, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Well, think how you can do that with God. I mean, we do that with human beings. Think of how you can do that with God. How do I know da 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 da? Well, do you know God? You know that, do you understand that that's the answer to most of the questions that we have? What's going to happen to such and such? Do you know God? Do you know what He's like? Do you know His character?